What's going on, guys? Nasher here, back with another in the bag video. So a lot of people were asking me during my unboxing of the Pacific Rink bag if I could do a full, gear update and kind of just a general setup of how I shoot my videos. So we're gonna go over a couple things. First, I wanna go over all of the gear that I've got. I have some new equipment that I've tossed in. Then we'll go over the twig collection. So I've got a wall of twigs over there. Figured you guys would like to see those. And third, and last but not least, we'll be going over my helmet setup and how I record my GoPro videos, since a lot of people have had questions about that. So let's go ahead and hop on in and go over some of this gear to start. I'm gonna grab the camera here and we'll take you on a little tour. So let's go ahead and start with the Shin Pads. If you've seen my previous in the bag video, these have not changed. We've just got some Vapor X 20s, nothing too exciting. Shin Pads are one of the few pieces of gear that I care absolutely nothing about. Next, we'll move on to our socks. I recently actually upgraded to the Reebok Edge socks. I had never used those before a couple weeks ago, but honestly, they are a huge upgrade. They feel nice. There's a lot of air coming through them, so you don't start sweating too much. And I just like the look of them in general as well. So definitely recommend those Edge socks. I guess they'll be changing to Adidas here soon, but those are very good for now. Next, we'll move on to the skate. This is the Bauer Vapor X500 limited editions. I love the limited edition look on these. It's got the nice black clean look with the red trim and then the white laces as well. Just a nice and simple skate. I believe that those were around 300 bucks when I first got them, maybe a little bit more. But yeah, I'm not the kind of guy to drop $1,000 on skates. I really like this like $300 to $400 range. I feel like they get the job done, especially for me just playing beer league and everything. But a very clean, good looking skate. Alright, so moving over to our pants. These are new from the last time you guys saw my in the bag video. These are some Warrior bar down pants. That's actually what they're called. Pretty sick. I think they were pretty cheap as well. It's got really nice protection on the back, which I like. It's got something called Spine Tech, so that just gives you some extra support on the back. A lot of cushion in here too, so getting hit by pucks is not an issue, and I really do enjoy those pants a lot. A few weeks ago, I just got sick of all of my old gear, so I had some pants that were ripping, some shoulder pads that I've had since like 8th grade, and some elbow pads that I've probably had since before then. So I figured I'd just run to the store and grab some new gear, which is what you're seeing with all of this Warrior stuff. So that is the Warrior bar down pants. So yeah, I didn't want to spend too much at the store. I just got kind of middle of the line Warrior gear. I've been a big fan of Warrior stuff recently for whatever reason. So this is the Warrior Dynasty AX3 shoulder pad. Again, nothing too special. I mean, it does have a lot of padding. I like this extra. It's got kind of a neck cushion, so it's not digging into your neck as much. And same with the elbow pads. These are the Dynasty AX3s just to match, and they were on sale at the hockey shop, so I figured why not? We'll start repping all the Warrior gear. I like the brand, I like what they do, and had a lot of good times with them. So that is all of my upper body stuff. We'll move on to the gloves, helmets, and roller gear next. Alright, so for the gloves, man, this kind of sucks. My gear is still wet from last night, but I'm going to put it on for the boys. These are the Warrior QR Pro gloves. I've been using these since just before my hip surgery and then the last few months. These are honestly one of the best pair of gloves I think I've ever had. Been using them for a while. No tear on the palm. They kind of have that old Bauer 4-roll feel to them, just in how they're set up. Tons of flexibility, good shots with them. I cannot be more happy with those gloves. Warrior has been honestly stepping up their game a lot recently, and I think it definitely shows in these gloves. So that is the Warrior QR Pros. Now we'll move on to roller hockey stuff. Unfortunately, our indoor roller hockey rink got torn down quite a few months ago. That's why I stopped doing those indoor videos. I just don't have a rink to play at anymore. So we do have outdoor hockey that we still play. That's actually coming up here soon, which I'm really excited about. We have a tournament coming up in April, and that will kind of start the outdoor season. So let's go on into some of our roller hockey gear. These are the Bauer Vapor X 60Rs. That's their roller hockey line. I'm not sure if they have a new line out since then. These are a couple years old, but a very good looking skate. I love the yellow laces on these, not gonna lie. I look a little flashy out there, got the OV laces and the white gloves, but that's just kind of how I am in roller hockey. I like them. Definitely a good skate, and can't complain about those. What I mainly use for outdoor, we have the Mars Blade setup on some old ice hockey skates. If you haven't heard of Mars Blade, it is a really cool chassis that is meant to simulate being on the ice when you're playing roller hockey. So this kind of shifts back and forth as you're skating to give a more authentic ice feel. I've been a partner with them for a pretty long time now here, and I absolutely love those. I do not have any wheels on there at the moment because I was actually really dumb and took those out in the rain and ended up ruining most of my bearings, so I need to get some new bearings for those. But that is what I use for outdoor roller hockey especially. I love those Mars blades, and they're very helpful for off-ice training. Bauer X 5.0 gloves, these are pretty old, but the ones I used to use on the ice. I kind of got sick of having that flashy white, honestly, so I just switched over to the all black gloves. But these are nice gloves. The palms have started to rip, as you can see, but that's why I upgraded to those Warrior QR Pros. Tons of rippage, but these are still good for outdoor roller hockey for sure, so I'll be rocking those during the outdoor season. Up next is the Sauce Kit. If you haven't heard about these guys, what are you doing? I absolutely love the Sauce Kit. This is what I use to carry around all my pucks. Pretty much you can just slide it up, carry this around, they're not going to fall out. Slide it when you get to the rink and take your pucks out. It's really good just for practicing in the off season, like I said, and doing random challenge videos like I do. So that is the Hockey Sauce Kit. I have my helmets over here. I'm going to go over those last because it's going to take some explaining on these guys and how those are set up. But we will move over to these Twig Wall, the beauties, all sitting here looking fresh. Let's go ahead and just go left to right. I'll show you guys each one, and then we'll move on to the helmet setup. So the first stick here is the Warrior QRL. This stick is an absolute beauty. Warrior actually sent this out to me to test out before it had been officially released. And man, this thing is amazing. I love how light it is. I love the flex points. Honestly, this is my favorite stick on the market right now. I've switched over from the Bauer X to the Warrior QRL. That is the stick that I'm currently rocking, and man, it is a solid twig. Next up is the X. Still has a secret place in my heart. This is what I used. I used the APX series all through high school, then picked up the X right as I got into college. This is another beautiful stick. I mean, I can't say anything negative about the X. Still one of my favorite twigs of all time. I've just been kind of playing around and testing out some new things. Next up is the No Name Hockey brand. This is a great stick as well. If you didn't see my cheap versus expensive stick video, you should go check that out. I tested out the No Name brand versus the X and actually found them to be surprisingly similar in a lot of ways. I still think I like the X a little bit more, but this is a great stick if you're on a budget. They sent me that one. That is No Name Hockey brand. Next up is the Ccm Ultra Tax. This is a great stick as well. This one got sent out to me from Total Hockey. They had a mystery box and this was in there. Very, very good stick, a very good looking stick. I like the mid kick point. It's extremely light as well. Honestly, you know, these two and the Ccm Ultra Tax are the current top of the line sticks, and you can definitely tell in their quality. Kind of have gone through stages in terms of the sticks that I've used. So it started out with the X, obviously, then I moved to the Ultra Tax, then once I got the Warrior twig, I kind of stayed with that one. So they're all kind of interchangeable in terms of how they've been used. I like all of them just the same. So, and now we'll move on to the sticks that I use a little bit less. This is the Bauer Supreme Mx3. It was Bauer's top of the line in the Supreme series a few years ago. I love the limited edition look on it. It's got that gold trim, which is fresh. The only thing that I don't like is I feel like the Supreme series is more for power and slap shots, and that is just not what my game is like. So that's why I've kind of stayed away from this one, but still a good twig nonetheless. Next is the old Titan stick from Total Hockey. They sent me this one out to test. I did a full review on that one if you want to go check it out. It is a very good twig for the price. It's sort of like the No Name Hockey brand, a new and upcoming brand that doesn't have much exposure. I've started using that one for roller hockey, as you might be able to see. The blade has been trimmed down quite a bit, so this is my primary roller hockey stick right now. And I think I will be using that for this outdoor season. Maybe if that blade gets a little too small, I'll be moving over to this one, which is the Bauer X 700. Again, not a very expensive twig, very, very heavy, as well as this STX Stallion. Both of those came in a mystery box from Total Hockey. So those are very heavy twigs, Oh, and I almost missed this one. This is old Easton S14. I have no idea how old this is. I've had this for so many years. I usually just give that to friends if they want to go mess around with it. Last but definitely not least is some Floorball Sticks from Floorball Plus. They actually sent me these over to just attempt to do some tricks and try out floorball for the first time. Bauer Barber was kind enough to hit me up and send some of these out. So I am going to attempt to do some tricks with these. I don't know how it will go. I've got a couple different twigs. This one has that curved blade for more of Zorros and spins and random tricks, and this is more of a traditional blade, probably used for defense or something like that. Again, I'm not too familiar with floorball as a sport, but I actually went out last night and attempted to do some tricks. So let's go ahead and hop over to that now. Alright, so I hope you enjoyed that. I'm not quite like Bauer Barber yet, but I am making progress. Now we can move on to our GoPro setup and how we record our videos. So lots of people have been asking me about the helmet and how I have this set up. So I actually am not allowed to wear GoPros during games. I had to kind of improvise and do my own thing a little bit. I do not recommend doing this, as you are definitely ruining the integrity of your helmet, but just because so many people were asking, I'm going to show you, okay? So here's my helmet. As you can see, there's a hole right here. So this is where the GoPro is hidden. You can't tell that I'm really using it. Lots of people on the other team can't even tell. The refs definitely can't tell. What I did is I took a drill, cut it through here, and kind of measured the diameter of this GoPro lens so that it can fit right through that smaller hole. Now on the inside, there's the padding. So I took the padding and cut out this rectangle, which is the exact size of a GoPro, so that it can sit in there. So what you end up having is a hidden GoPro cam. So there it is. I'll show the GoPro video now, so you can see me on the GoPro. This is the helmet. It sticks right through the inside and then sets up against that hole. So that allows you to have a hidden GoPro cam. Nobody can really see it, especially when it's on your head, as it just kind of blends in with the helmet, because all you're showing is the black here. You can't actually see the gray part of the GoPro. So that is how I have my camera hidden so well. That is how I'm allowed to use it in my league games. And then the one thing that I do want to show you, this is what it looks like. It is extremely painful. My GoPro sits right here. Which means my forehead is basically directly pressed up against the GoPro. It gets very hot during the games as well, which is a pain. So I kind of put down this little foam pad, which provides a tiny bit of protection. Then I'll toss the helmet on, and as you can see, that's what it looks like, completely finished. You can't even tell it's there. It just kind of blends in, and the GoPro is on and functioning. So yeah, that is how I do it. I know it's not the most practical thing in the world, but it gets the job done. I have not gotten caught yet, so I will be continuing to do that, hopefully for a very long time. Now, as for my GoPro equipment, this is the Hero 3 Plus Black. It's pretty old, actually. You can probably pick one up for pretty cheap. I am going to be picking up a Hero 5 here for the outdoor season, but we also have a couple other GoPros. This is, we have a Hero session and then the Hero 5 session as well. GoPro is kind enough to send both of these out, so I use those for like different angles, like if you're seeing camera inside of the net or one near the shooting pad or something like that, that'll typically be one of the sessions. Alright, so for a more traditional GoPro setup, if I'm actually allowed to film or if I'm playing outside, I have just a curved adhesive mount that I put on my helmet. This allows you to just slide the GoPro in and have it on top. This is definitely what I prefer. I think you get a better angle, especially for stick handling and things like that. But that is how that's set up on just your normal everyday use, or if I'm out playing roller hockey or something like that. And then I do have another helmet that is pretty much the same setup. I have a visor on this one. Usually I'll use this one outdoor playing roller. I can set up the GoPro on the same curved adhesive mount, like I said. So that is how I'll typically do it, but just for my ice hockey games, I have to have that special modified helmet to make it work. So I'm glad that I was at least able to figure out some sort of way to keep making videos for you guys. Hopefully we will not get yelled at anytime soon about that, but obviously no promises. Oh yeah, we can't forget, we have one last thing. This is the DJI Phantom 3 standard. That's what I use for all of my aerial shots. That thing is a beauty. I absolutely love it. We have the remote down there, and then you actually use your phone, plug it in, and you're able to see where you're flying. So that's what I use for all my aerial shots. Actually, I'm planning on hopefully moving to the Phantom 4 soon, so stay tuned for that. We'll have some even better aerial shots, hopefully coming soon. So that about sums up the in the bag video. As you can see, my room is an absolute mess. We'll toss all this gear into the new Pacific Rink Ultimate Hockey Bag and call it a day. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know if you have any questions at all in the comment section down below, and I'll be answering those. Also, I'll have links to all of the products that I use in my videos in the description, so if you want to buy them from those links, that will help me out a ton, and also get you guys discounts, free shipping, stuff like that. We've got the Mars Blade, we've got the Hockey Sauce Kit, and we have discounts on Pacific Ring. So go and check those out, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace!